Okay, welcome to Kojo's Chapter 1 test review. Oh, yeah. I just got back from a bike ride, doing a little exercise today before I start my video. 10-mile bike ride. Hope you've done it too. Let's get rid of this helmet. Did you do your exercise? Kind of helps you, opens up your mind, gets you ready to do work. Alright, let's see how you did. Okay, this is the stuff that's going to be on the test. Rounding, area and perimeter, guess, check, and revise, problem-solving plan. You need to know the problem-solving plan so that you can solve the problems, the word problems. A logic problem, Venn diagrams, equations, verb models, and labels. Okay, and also patterns, you know, like where you identify patterns of numbers. They might be on there, like did I add by 2 each time, did I subtract by 11. So let's get started. The way this works is you do not need to copy down all the problems. I'm going to put problems up here for you to do, like the first set, and I'm going to read it to you so that you understand it. You're going to stop the video and don't copy down the problems because it's not notes. This is for you to get you ready for the test. So you're going to just do the work that you would do on my test and pretend that this is the test. You don't need to recopy it, just write down the answers. So before you turn it off, the first one is you're going to round the first two. You're going to round 122.678 to the 10th place. You're going to round 152.86 to the ones place. You're going to find the area and the perimeter of this triangle. Show your formula, show all your steps. And then you're going to do this guess, check, and revise problem. The difference between two positive numbers is 12. Their product is 64. What does product mean? What two numbers are you multiplying together? What are the numbers? Okay, pause the video, do the problems, and when you're done, start it back up and we'll check it and see if you got it right. Welcome back. Let's see how you did. Okay, so for the first one, because it tells you to round to tenths, you should have 122.7 because you looked at the hundredths and it was 5 or above, so this 6 got pushed up to a 7. On number 2, again, it was to the ones place. This is the ones. You had to look at the tenths, at the point number. That number was higher than 5 or above, so you gave this one a shove and you round that one to 153. Here is the formula for the area of a triangle. Now you might have gone base times height times a half, or base times height divided by 2. It's all the same. But then look how I've shown my work. Many of you lost a lot of points on the first quiz because you didn't show your work properly. I put the formula down, I plug in the numbers for the formula, I substitute right underneath. Underneath that, I write what 9 times 12 is, and then I write the answer, 54 centimeters square. Area has to have the units, centimeters square. Now I don't think that the other one had, it didn't have centimeters, did it? So I meant to put in centimeters. If it doesn't have a unit there, then you have to say it would have been unit square, U square. Now, so this one shouldn't say centimeters because I just realized that it should be units because I didn't put a unit on the board. So it's U squared and U. Units means when you haven't been given what the unit measurement is, you still have to write something for the measurement. So it's units square. And then for perimeter, I added the 3 sides, 9 plus 15 plus 12, and I get 36 units. P equals. See how I have it organized? See all the steps? That's what I expect to see on the test. Now number 4, you have two numbers that when you subtract them, the difference is 12, you get 12. But when you multiply those two numbers, you get 64. So I start by going 24 minus 12 is 12, but 24 times 12 is not 64. So there's got to be a better way for me to figure this out than just to start picking numbers. So think about the numbers that multiply to get 64. 8 times 8, 64 times 1, 4 times 16, 2 times 32. And then you're going to say, well, when I subtract the two numbers, I'm supposed to get 12. Well, 32 minus 2 is 30. 8 minus 8 is 0. 64 minus 1 is 63. And 16 minus 4 is 12. So the two numbers that when I multiply them, I get 64. And when I subtract them, I get 12, are 16 and 4. So 16 and 4 are your numbers. So the easiest way to do a problem like this is to list the factors of whatever number they say is the product of 64, and then just start subtracting them. And you will have something like that on the test. Okay, so now what I want you to do is you're going to stop the video and you're going, this is a logic problem. So you're not going to write this down, you're going to write down the answer and how you're going to find your work. I'm going to read it for you. Al, Barb, and Cal work in a bank. One is the manager, one is the assistant manager, and one is the teller. The teller, who is an only child, is the youngest. Barb, who is married to Cal's brother, is older than the manager. Which jobs do Al, Barb, and Cal have? Okay, stop the video. Do not write this problem down. Do the work like you would do on the test. When you're done, start the video again and check it. Okay, let's see how you did. I would suggest that you make a chart. That's the easiest way. You know you have Al, Barb, and Cal. You know you have a manager, an assistant manager, and a teller. Now let's just kind of look at this. I'm going to read this and then show you. It says that when we get through the information, the teller, who is an only child, is the youngest. Okay, can't do anything with that. Barb, who is married to Cal's brother, is older than the manager. Alright, so if Barb is older than the manager, then she can't be the teller. So you're going to put an X there. She's older than the manager. She's also married to Cal's brother. So Cal can't be the manager because it just tells you that in that clue. And it tells you that which jobs do Al, Barb, and so when you know that you get this, that you find out that Al is the manager, you're going to cross out because Barb and Cal are not the managers. So we're going to put an X on Al, a check mark on Al, and then you put X's on Barb and Cal. And then you found out that Cal, you should have done, is the teller, but you find that out because when you put the X's in for Al, just a check, you put checks, X's here and X's here, that it comes out like this. If you still need work, we're going to do a few problems of those in class to keep practicing. And you might not have used a chart, and that's okay. Now what I want you to do is you're going to stop the video and you're going to create a Venn diagram. And here's what you're supposed to do. I'm going to read it to you, then you stop it, you do the work, do not copy this down. Of 25 members of your baseball team, 22 are right-handed, 5 are left-handed, and 3 are coaches who never bat. That's important because the 3 coaches are part of the 25 members. They took the survey. Very important. Members. It doesn't say team players or players, it says members. So the coaches are part of this 25. How many are switch hitters? That means they bat left and right-handed. So stop the video, do the problem, show all the work, and then come back. Alright, let's see how you did. I draw my Venn diagram. I label some kind of title, players who bat left or right. I draw my 2 circles overlapping. I know that I had 5 left-handed batters, so that goes in the left, and you could have had right on this side and left on this side, doesn't matter. And then I had 22 right-handed batters, and then 3 coaches go in this area right here, which is I call the space. But what is this area called? The domain. Correct. Alright, so I have to put the number of people that I'm talking about, 25 members. And then I add up all the answers 5, and 22, and 3. Those are all my answers. And I come up with 30 answers. And you label it 30 answers. And then I say, well, I had 25 people that I had to ask. So I say 30 minus 25 and I get 5. Well, that tells me that there were 5 extra answers for the survey. So that means there are 5 people who are switch hitters who can bat left-handed or right-handed, and you put the 5 in the middle. Now we're going to go over writing equations and verbal models and labels. Okay, I had to add a couple of boards, so I had to do an adjustment. That's why there was kind of an odd pause between the last board and this one. So now we're going to do writing equations given by verbal descriptions. So I want you to stop the video again. You don't have to write these down, just write the answers down, but you're going to give me the answer too. On the test, you're going to write the equation and then you're going to tell me what x equals. Okay? So what number can be added to 15 to get 30? What number can 16 be subtracted from to get 7? And what number can be divided by 18 to get 2? Pause the video, do the problems, come back when you're ready. Welcome back. Alright, let's see how you did. Notice this one says what number can be added to 15. You have to write it exactly like it's described. Added to 15 to get 30. So we have 15 plus x, because it says what number can be added to 15. If you wrote x plus 15 equals 30, you're going to miss it, because you have to write it the way it's described. 15 plus x equals 30, x equals 15. Underneath here, what number can 16 be subtracted from to get 7? X minus 16, 16 is being subtracted from x to get 7, and that's 23. Here, number 3, what number can be divided by 18? See, whatever the by is where the division sign goes to get 2. So it's x divided by 18 equals 2, and the answer is 36. Okay? Now we're going to go over word problem where you have to do labels, verbal models, an equation, and a solution. I'm going to read it to you. Don't write this down. Do it on your paper. Last Friday, Pranav had $39. So he started with $39. Over the weekend, he spent $15 for lunch. How much money does Pranav have left? Write labels, a verbal model, and an equation, and find the solution. This one's worth a lot. On your test, it's probably about worth anywhere roughly around 8 points. That's pretty substantial. So stop the video and do the problem. Organize it in a nice way. Okay, welcome back. Let's see how you did. All right. First thing we do is we do the labels. 39. Now you could have written something different. It's okay as long as it's something close. $39 is the total money he had. You could say just total money. $15 is the money he spent. I wrote how much money he spent for lunch, or how much money he spent. And X is the money left. And you can do shortcuts, like writing dollar signs for the Stanford money. So what we're going to do is we're going to write the equation. But see how I have the labels all organized? I'm identifying what each number represents. And I have to write an X. Even if you know the answer, don't put what the answer is right there. Put an X, because you have to find it. You're supposed to be able to find the answer. These are easy word problems. It's more about how you set them up, doing the labels, doing the verbal model. So we write an equation. Remember, not 39 minus 15 equals x. You cannot equal x when you write an equation. You will miss it. So here are some choices. 39 minus x equals 15, because the total minus what he had left will give me how much he spent. Or x plus 15 equals 39, because how much I have left plus how much I spent for lunch will give me the total of 39. Well, when you write your verbal model, whichever equation you wrote, if you wrote this one, then your verbal model will be plugged in this manner. X plus 15 equals 39. I'm going to use this one. 39 minus x equals 15. So you go, okay, 39 was what? Total money he had. So where the 39 is in my equation, I write total money he had. See how I write it all together bunched? I don't spread it out because it'll be a long sentence. I just want it nice and just plug it all in. Just write it on top of each other. Now, I have a minus sign because I plug in my labels into the equation, and that's a verbal model. So I put my minus sign, and what is X in my equation? Money left. So I have total money he had minus money left equals 15. What's 15 represent? How much he spent. That's a verbal model. A verbal model is just where you take the labels and plug it into the equation. Now, you have to find the answer. And I went over here, and now I can say 39 minus 15 is 24. And then I write X equals $24 left. I can't just say 24. I have to say $24 left. Now, that is on the test. All of the things that you've seen here, all of it's going to be covered on the test. There are no surprises. So you know how to get ready for the assessment that we're going to have this week. Bring any questions you have to class tomorrow, because we're going to use tomorrow as a review day to get ready for the test. Have a great evening, and if you haven't gotten your exercise yet, go out and get some exercise. It helps kind of blow off some steam. Have a good one. Bye-bye.